Let's see if you have the light shining on us.
It's shining on us. It looks like it's pretty bright on you.
Okay.
We had to adjust our studio lighting. Hey, Joyce.
Yeah.
Your hair looks lovely today.
Thank you. Use some new magic roller thingies.
She been playing with the pretty crimping curl.
Mm-hmm.
We almost forgot that we watched
A Fistful of Dollars. Holla holla.
Grabbing Fistfuls of Dollars, 1964, starring Clint Eastwood and directed by Sergio Leone.
As part of our Clint Eastwood marathon.
We got a marathon going on. Is this our second Clint Eastwood movie after Beguiled?
Well, we also watched The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So that's
we didn't
3.
review that one. That would have just been a fluff piece from me.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
That's my all-time favorite movie.
Is it?
Of all time.
Didn't even know that.
So, Fistful of Dollars is the first of the 3 spaghetti western man with no name Clint Eastwood movies.
Mm-hmm. Even though he did have a name. This Joe.
He did. He has a name in every movie. And that one, it's Joe. So you said that it's been so long and you paid so little attention to the film that you've already forgotten the plot, so I'll review it for you.
Excellent, but I think I remember now.
Do you, though?
Yep, I did a little.
So Clint Eastwood comes to town. He comes riding on a mule.
A stranger comes to town who is Clint Eastwood.
He's like a gunslinger.
Which I believe is why they call them the man with no name, because he's a stranger. So it's an expression, even though he has a name.
We can speculate on that all day.
Just for a couple seconds.
So he goes to the bar, and the bartender tells him, this bartender, it's confusing because he speaks to him as if he's like known him all his life, but I believe they've just met.
I believe they've just met as well, but I also think that he was more of maybe a bed and breakfast, a hotel barkeep.
He was running a Western bed and breakfast.
Yeah, so he was like giving up all the information about everyone in town as soon as he met this man.
Old bartender was real chatty.
He was very, very forthcoming.
So as he tells him, there's 2 rival gangs that run the town. They're both a bunch of assholes, and Clint Eastwood is like, well, I can make some money here by fucking both of them.
Right.
And that's really the plot of the movie.
Mm-hmm. I really liked this movie. I would say that it wasn't as crisp as The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, but I really did like the storyline, and I loved how he got in the middle of the 2 gangs, we'll call them, and gave them misleading information. And of course I knew it was going to backfire on him at some point, but I really liked the play of the 2 where he was leading them both on for money.
Well, you have Akira Kurosawa to thank for that story, because he originally wrote the screenplay. The movie just follows the plot of the old samurai movie, which was only 3 years older, I think, Yojimbo, about a samurai that goes to a village that's run by 2 asshole gangs, and he fucks both of them and makes some money.
Right, and this is where we had talked about there's only so many stories to tell, and this is one of them.
I guess so.
Basically, there's only so many plots you can do.
Bruce Willis also has a movie set in the Prohibition Mafia era where he goes to a town and it's the same deal.
Yeah.
Then don't forget the side plot with the little boy and his dad that's been separated from the mom because Ramon has, won her in a card game or something.
Right, that little side plot is to bring out the goodness of the character.
Yeah, and mercifully, it's resolved about a half hour before the movie ends. It's just Clint Eastwood frees the woman, and he's like, get the fuck out of here, take your kid and go, and they leave. And
yeah, it's just to show that he
never
has
see
a
them
heart.
Again.
Yeah, he has a heart of gold under all that
Right, he acts like he's all
money.
about the money, but really he's doing some good here and there, and he doesn't like assholes, which we can respect, right?
Yeah, but I really, really liked the movie.
It was your first time seeing it, wasn't it? Or at least since like
You
childhood,
know,
maybe.
yeah, I've probably seen it as a kid. I've probably seen most of those Clint Eastwood movies, but there's so many of them that they can become confusing.
Right, but it was my first time seeing it, and I'm gonna guess about between 10 and 12 years was the last time I'd seen it. So, in not having seen it in a while, I don't think it would. Yeah, what you were saying is it's not as crisp as The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. This is Sergio Leone's first Western and first time working with Clint Eastwood. So I think, aside from its, I guess at the time unique plot and some of the, some of Sergio Leone's signature stuff, it was a lot more like a regular cowboy movie than I remembered. It's got the great soundtrack, but for the most part, it's like the it still fits in with all the American westerns that have been going on for about the last 10 years up until that point.
Yeah, I don't think like it didn't hold the shots.
Right, we
The
weren't we
same.
weren't staring at a homeless guy's face for 15 minutes at a time.
Yeah, the direction was a little bit just not as intense as The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Like,
There's no scene where a guy stares at a fly that's buzzing around his head for 8 minutes.
there was just like a lot of tension build up with shots in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly
Right.
that were done really well, and it didn't have that as crisp.
Right.
It
It
was
was
still good.
there, and it's
Yeah, it was
it's
there.
definitely good, but it's just it wasn't so exaggerated.
Yeah, I
as
think
it
the
becomes.
timing wasn't as good as the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah.
But I liked them both really well. I also liked the relationship in The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. This is turning into a both review between him and the other character that he shoots the.
Eli Wallach, the Tuco character.
Yeah, like that was a really good tension build up because they were constantly at odds with each other throughout the whole film, but you wanted
Definitely
to like
had some
things
chemistry.
about them both. Yeah, so that one really, I think, made that movie better and stand out more than this one, but this one is still holds its own.
Let's talk about the other characters in Fistful of Dollars. Who was your favorite?
Clint Eastwood was my favorite character in this one.
We're not talking about fucking Clint Eastwood.
We're
talking
though.
about the other guys in the movie.
You better.
You can't pick Clint Eastwood as your favorite. Of course he's your fucking favorite.
Woo!
Who else was there? Let's see, there was the bell ringer guy. Don't be cute.
You're about to get shot up. He's about to get shot up in this bitch.
No, but there was the bartender. There's the three brothers. There's the
I did like